Okay, we know a lot of you are probably doing self-portraits a lot these days since you probably don't have any models around. And we're not different. When we have to take self-portraits of ourselves or take pictures of each other, we often get pretty frustrated because we are not models. So today we're bringing in some experts.
Hang on, my hair looks terrible. Can we fix it first?
Smash cut to.
So I'll just wear a hat, right?
Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Hey, Kyra.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up, Matthew?
Matt.
Hello.
So yeah, Rachel's gonna take some portraits of me in this chair, and I'm not very good at modeling is the problem. I understand it from a photography point of view, but I don't know how to make my face do it.
Yeah, he doesn't know his angles. He doesn't know how to do it with his face. He doesn't know how to do it with his hands. We need lots of help.
Do you have any tips for me on how I can make my face do things?
It kind of correlates with acting, but having a thought about something will translate through your eyes. So obviously if you're just looking at the camera, if you're smiling, you can tell someone's happy, but if you put thought behind it and you're kind of thinking, it will help emote better. So that's one way to kind of translate more feeling through it.
I try to be thinking about something while I'm shooting because otherwise you just kind of have this dead look in your eyes.
I always have a dead look in my eyes.
This is something that I just picked it up in the past few years that I started really concentrating on doing this. And I'll even sometimes make up a little scenario in my head and just go with that narrative if it fits in with the mood that the photographers want for the photos. So I just always try to have something in the back of my head so I'm not just staring blankly.
Don't be afraid to move. Let your body kind of do what feels natural. When I was playing with my favorite fabric, it was very easy to just kind of do whatever my arm wanted to do, or let it blow behind me, and it kind of it changes your energy and your mood, and you kind of just, if you're more fluid about it, you might get something really cool that you really couldn't have planned to do, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
My preference is to do more fluid movements in between poses because I just feel there's more of a chance that you'll get another cool shot in between if the photographer is going pretty quickly.
Taking the time to learn your angles will help you help any photographer, because obviously some photographers are great at reading people's angles. Some aren't so great, but they're good with other skills. So being able to know your own angles will kind of make things even easier in a way, so that it's not you're being adjusted so much. Studying what makes you feel good, what makes you love a photo of yourself.
Using your environment is really important. Just if you don't have props around you, just kind of make your own. Use the clothes you're wearing as a prop. Use your creativity.
Have him do what feels natural to start with, and then you can kind of morph it from there. It's okay, let's kind of start very stationary, it's simple, and then that's where it kind of builds and grows. I feel that's why it always works so well with us. It's okay, you'll just put me in a stool, and then I'll have a thought, and then you'll have an idea, and then it becomes this crazy thing, and it's oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then we make you lift your leg up for an extended period of time.
Yeah, he has to have the core workout.
I think a lot of people are very scared of looking weird and that they might mess up and have a bad picture, but as someone who has plenty of bad pictures, it's okay. Looking weird is just something you have to get past, and if you're out in public, people are gonna look at you and be interested in what's going on, and you just kind of have to laser in and not think about them.
Okay, ready? Now.
Squarespace! All right, my first time making a website. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. Let's do this. I'm already done making my website. Are you surprised? I am. I'm really impressed with Squarespace's blogging tools. Yay. Whoa, they've got email campaigns? I'm totally gonna send one. That was totally worth it. Look at all this traffic overview. It's all right here. A year ago, I didn't think I could have my own beautiful website, but Squarespace made it so easy. Thank you.
This year, give yourself the gift of your own beautiful website with Squarespace and save 10% when you use the code MangoStreet at checkout. Head to the link in our description to get started.
One thing I was thinking about too is never be afraid to look directly into the lens.
Into the lens, right?
Like,
Not
I feel
at it.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that like some people might get like really insecure about.
Yeah.
Because obviously like straight on photos can be a little more daunting if you have like a good side and a bad side. But I think there's ways you can work around that while still keeping, you know, your eyes at the lens to kind of like convey whatever you're feeling.
Okay.
I have a bad side and then a bad side, so.
Oh, whatever.
Okay, look into the lens.
How do you move your arms without feeling forced? Like
I mean, I think that's where like the fluidity comes into play, like, you know, really like relaxing. It's like the more you think about it, the harder it is. If you just kind of do it, you'll know.
For sure. All right, should I, why don't you just shoot, I'll try to like do some movements and you can just kind of shoot through it maybe and see if anything ends up looking natural.
Okay.
So I think this could be like a good idea of thinking like, okay, how can you get funky with the chair? You know, or are you standing on it? Are you hanging upside down from it? Like utilizing the objects and the space around you and not so much focusing on you as the model. You can also think of the room as the model as well.
Cool.
Interesting. Okay. Do you want me to do anything?
Yeah, maybe like go sideways in the chair.
Like legs this way?
Well, no, let's have your head that way so we get the light.
So should my legs go over the chair?
Yeah. I'm gonna move.
Like just imagine you won album of the year, you know, you're shooting for Rolling Stone.
No big deal.
Yeah, let that hair flow.
Honestly, I love this.
See, like my first thought is, you know, like what's he thinking about? Like even just how your physical change altered me as the viewer, like that, I guess in my opinion, would be like a good thing.
I would put your head straight back and then close your eyes.
That far back?
No. Yeah. But less towards me, more just like straight up. Yeah. Like I love those. Let's do one last of him like standing up just so we can get some examples of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
It rained.
wet?
Yeah. Are you just wearing socks?
Yeah.
It rained last night and our windows are so old that the water just all came through.
I think it's just all comes to like, you know, loosening up, relaxing, like literally you just gotta get out of your comfort zone. Be weird, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I think of like some of my favorite photos or like photo shoots that I've ever seen, or even when it comes to like, you know, musical artists and their artwork, like they're just kind of so out of the box. And it's like, why did you do that? But also why does it look, you know, normal and cool way?
All right.
What if you leaned against the wall? Really exaggerate it, like a wall sit.
Uncomfortable, but make it fashion.
Oh my gosh, you okay?
The floor is really wet.
You okay?
We should probably mop it up first.
Bloopers.
Yeah. I don't know.
What would Bon Jovi do? And I think that's another, you know, I can see that your hands are drawn to the jacket, so like you can play with that, play with the collar, you know, one sleeve on, one sleeve off, like all of those things.
I liked that bend to the whatever that is here, right?
I can tell that you kind of want to fight it.
Yeah.
Give me in the lens. Cool, love that. Oh, wow.
Ooh, Heath Ledger,
Yes.
is that you? The hair like slicked back is almost like villain-esque. And I think that's something that you could kind of have some fun with, you know, like if you did more portrait and like, you know, you kind of have your hands like through it and it's really like slicked back, like just imagine that you're like an evil villain.
Oh my gosh, you're doing villain really well. It's disconcerting.
And like, you know, you can even do like the hands around the neck thing and kind of like stress. Like it's just all about, you know, adding those different layers of emotion and like depth, whatever it may be.
Okay, I'm loving these. I think
Cool.
it's good. You wanna do anything else?
I'm excited to get back behind the camera where I belong and shoot Rachel.
My thing is I have one dumb face that I make. Like, that's it. So, yeah, I mean, I'll try the thinking of it.
Usually when I shoot you, I can tell because I know you well enough that the face you're giving is like, I don't feel comfortable doing this.
Yeah, I don't want to be your face.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Give it a whirl.
Cool.
Okay, should I just sit?
Yeah, go ahead and sit. Like, maybe like Chesterfield's doing a really good job. Okay, so why don't you start by looking out the window a little bit?
I feel like it'd be cool if you like leaned back and have your legs up on the chair a little
I was thinking
to add
that.
like angles.
Kind of like, I'm not comfortable.
Maybe your back arm like put up, not that arm, the other one, your left arm.
Do you think she should like extend her legs maybe a little bit because they seem crunched or not?
Yeah,
What about?
I think extend the back leg.
Yeah, and then the front.
Yeah.
The front one probably needs to do something.
Yeah, I like it up there.
What are you thinking about?
I'm trying to think of a thing to think about.
Think about what you want to do when you get out of quarantine. Oh, that's so cool.
Why don't we just do some towards to the lens a little bit?
Okay.
And then you can maybe come square up to me. Let's just try some more stuff.
My whole thing is always to just like
I like that.
have that.
I like that too.
I like this the other way. Yeah. Yeah. And just really bring it. Like forward 32 under 32.
Don't make me laugh because I'm
Sorry.
trying to bring it.
Sorry.
Should I do a new thing?
Yeah, goof it up.
Makes you wonder what the world's coming to. Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder what the world.
I think you're doing a good job.
Okay,
Cool. You want to do some standing?
let's do some standing ones.
Alright.
What the world's coming to.
Okay, so you said fluid motion's good. Any other standing type? Anything we should try right now with Rachel, you think?
I mean, I love leaning up against walls and like kind of weird positions.
Feel that?
And I'm always a big leg kicker outer.
Okay, try that, but don't be so upset about it. Look right out the window past me.
What's a weird way to lean against the wall?
I've done it before where like my back was on the wall, but my hips were out, and like you can put your arms up.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
Maybe do somewhere like you go into arms being down and your head kind of being down.
Anything else?
You could do one where you stand like completely on the chair. And you could do the signature like hair in the face thing. It's always a fun.
Cool.
Pretty glide.
Yeah.
So.
What about like, I feel like just with this like plant hair, I feel like an explorer.
Yeah. you look just like.
Thank you. This is me like exploring when I go back out in the world.
Well, I think that went pretty well. Whether you want to become a better model or just take better portraits of yourself, we hope these tips help you out. Special thanks to Kyra and Matthew for helping us out with this. Please hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, subscribe if you haven't already.
And wash your hands.
Wash your hands, and we will see you next week.
Okay, we know a lot of you are doing self-portraits at home right now, and you probably don't have a fresh model laying around.
Hopefully not.
That sounds not right. I'm gonna do that again. We're all often pretty frustrated because the photos aren't very good. Why don't you do this part? Okay, we know a lot of you are doing a lot of self-portraits these days since you probably don't have any models in your house.
I know I don't.